she began to experience a tremendous feeling of love and compassion and tenderness, and also a massive resistance to feeling that, like a closing off in the body. She said she didn't realize how much she had been holding. I just did a breathwork session that blew my fucking mind. It's not just a matter of being inspired or being, I don't know what the word is. I swear you can feel it when you're with someone and their heart is opening. I swear you can feel. Some people call it neuroception. You know, brains respond like that, but it's not just the brain. It's that we live in a world filled with love. We live on a realm of love. Yeah, sure, it's dotted with lots of moments of anger and hate and fear, but those are like leaves or feathers or impurities or candy wrappers that people throw into a river or into a lake, right? The river or the lake itself is the love, the compassion that's within all of us. And it's extremely powerful. So I'm gonna give you a quick recap of my experience with this person, and then I'll do a guided breath work that you can use for yourself. I'm not going to use music, so I would suggest that you get up a piece of music that you like or a playlist that you like, something that's really kind of low-key and that feels supportive or whatever. Or you can get something up that's active. So I had a person ask me for help with autoimmune diseases and inflammation in the body and high levels of stress and lots of healing from lots of stuff, lots of mental, emotional stuff. And so I started my intake, started asking the person what they want help with, and they're not really sure. And what is it you've been experiencing? Well, lots of stress and some achiness and pain, and those are kind of a little bit broad answers, right? And what I got after about 5 or 6 minutes of that discussion was, there's something in the way, right? The sort of broad response, non-specificity, nothing in particular, kind of a vague feeling of stress, a vague feeling of my body is off. It's different from a response such as, I have tremendous fear and I feel like everyone's out to get me, or everyone's judging me, or I'm afraid of death, or I just lost someone and I'm feeling my own mortality, and my sense of security is upside down as a result. Those are really specific things, right? Going through a breakup, or I just feel a hell of a lot more sensitive to everything around me and a lot more aware, and it feels like too much input, or I'm disconnected from myself and I feel like I can't feel all of my feelings. Who do we know like that? And so when someone is kind of vague about their responses, my first thought is, what do I need to do differently to get a little bit more specific answer or guidance out of this person so that I know how to help them? But what I got was just the opposite today, and it was really the right place to start. It was good enough. I'm a fan of good enough. So we, after a small discussion, she agreed to try breathwork. We got all set up, and then I walked her through the breath. I said my same thing I always say. I say you breathe into the belly, breathe into the chest, and then push it all out. And I always use pursed lips. Belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. And as we're going through that cycle, you may experience this, you may feel that, you may feel lightheaded, you may feel tingling, you may feel some contraction or tetany of the muscles in the mouth and face, or the muscles in the hands or the feet. This is all normal, this is all okay. You might become aware of some feelings or some thoughts. You may start to hear, your higher self. You may start to hear a voice. You may start to hear your higher self speaking to you. You might get one word at a time. You might get a whole phrase. You might get an image of someone or something. And then your job is to simply be open, asking yourself, what is it I need to know about this? How do I feel about this breakup that I had, this memory that I have, this feeling that I have, this job that I took, the food that I'm eating, whatever you're thinking about at the moment. How do I feel about that? And then listen, be open. And the breath goes hand in hand with that openness, right? Because we're creating openness in the body. 3 levels there always are. Physical level, mental, emotional level, spiritual level. For you to be open on the spiritual level, which is, spirit is kind of like the grand love that we all have, the grand compassion that we all have within us. In order to be open and receptive on that level, you have to be receptive on the mental level. You have to be curious, willing to ask, what is it that I need to know? What is it that I need to become aware of? And often that creates an openness or a movement in the physical body that can relieve pain, calm down autoimmune diseases or flare-ups, right? I've seen it happen. Some people base their entire careers on this, like John Sarno. Anyway, so she started breathing, walked her through the breath, and I noticed that there was a little reluctance, or a lot of reluctance, to really give over completely to the breath. That means she's kind of breathing like this. Right, very soft, very long, very quiet, subdued, and I was encouraging her, okay, give 0.5% more, give 1% more to the breath. Push your belly out as you breathe. Push your chest out as you breathe. Push the breath out as you exhale. Make a little noise as you inhale. Make a little noise as you exhale. Now let's add the voice to it. And she was able again to come along with me just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, every 30 seconds, every minute. And before long, I would say that she was, 25% more committed to the breath, taking in 25% more air, making 25% more noise. And guess what? She got 25% more stimulation, more response. She started to get tingly, she started to get numb, the physical stuff started to happen. Then she started to feel a shaking sensation in her spine, which she had never felt before, was never aware of, but it, to her, made sense in context of everything that's been happening in her health. Right then, she started to feel resistance in her belly, resistance in her heart space, especially like the chest area. And you can see it. You can see it when people breathe. I can see it when people breathe when they don't want to inhale fully into the chest or into the back or into the belly or whatever, just as clearly as you can hear it when people are going, ah, or when they're going, it's pretty obvious. So I kept encouraging her, pushing her. And the way that I did that was to say, so I started to say, become aware of whatever is there in your body. What is it that you're feeling? listen to that space. What is it that you're feeling? Do you feel some physical resistance to breathing? Do you feel like self-conscious? Perhaps you feel like people are going to think you're really stupid. There's nobody else there, it's just us. But that's often how we feel. I know I have. Or are you feeling like really supercharged right now? Like you're about to dive off of a cliff and you're just taking the jump. Like that exhilarating feeling of, here I go, this is 100% commitment I'm making, here I go, let's do it. And, you know, she kept breathing, kept pushing the breath, kept staying with it. And it was really inspiring to see that commitment. Really inspiring. Still, she wasn't 100% committed. She wasn't taking in as much breath as she could. And I found out later she wasn't feeling or experiencing as much as she could feel and experience. And this is fine, this is all fine, because good enough is good enough. The fact that she booked the session and showed up is a major step in the right direction. Most people won't even do that. Well, I don't know, most people anyway. And afterwards, she reflected a bit, as we usually do after breath work, and all kinds of stuff came up, happened for her, became into her awareness during the breath work. She shared that she began to experience a tremendous feeling of love and compassion and tenderness, and also a massive resistance to feeling that, like a closing off in the body. She said she didn't realize how much she had been holding. I didn't see any tears or any shaking during the breath work or any manifestations of spiritual movement, emotional movement starting to come out in the body, starting to show up on the physical level. And that is fine. Again, it's good enough. Like the fact that she showed up and the fact that she committed as much as she did to the breath was perfect for today. And she got a shitload out of it. I mean, it felt to her like she learned things about herself and about her relationship with herself and her relationship with her feelings that she didn't know previously. And that is worth its weight in gold for sure. And that is the gold, that is the treasure. So I'm going to share with you a breathwork session now, and I hope you get something out of it. So you're going to need to lay down and be comfortable. Go ahead and pause the video and go set up. And select some nice music too. So this is an active breathing technique. It works. It's pretty incredible. If you've never done it before, then awesome. Welcome. I'm glad to be guiding you through it. Just give yourself over to the process as much as you can. Make the commitment to stay with the breath. Be really aware, really intentional. Make it your intention to breathe in, to bring in a little bit more breath every cycle, to be a little bit more forceful, a little bit more committed to the moment, to really going for it, right? Put in a little bit more juice every time. And if you want to just like chill out and relax, that's okay too. That's nothing wrong with that at all. You will get something out of that experience. Maybe it's what you need right now, who am I to say? So some of the things that you might experience, the more you commit to it, the more you commit to the active breath, the more your body is going to feel it. You're going to feel numbness and tingling in the fingers, numbness and tingling in the face. You might feel shaking sensations throughout the body. Some of your muscles are going to start to experience tetany. Oftentimes we have a closing of the hands, a closing of the muscles around the mouth, and then like a tightening of the muscles in the feet. So none of it's dangerous. It's all going to go back to normal, like after you stop breathing, right? It's a result of the movement of the spirit and the energy in the body. It's also a result of high amounts of oxygen in your blood, which is a result of the active breathing technique. the higher amounts of oxygen in the blood and the movement of the spirit will also unite the right and the left parts of the brain so that the information and the feelings and the memories that you've been like filtering out so that we can exist in this crazy world of constant stimulation and not feel overwhelmed is going to start mixing much more. This happens in any kind of meditation. This is an active meditation. And it's extremely, extremely powerful the way that it happens. Just go with it. Everything that you're experiencing is within you already. All the feelings, all the memories, those are all coming up into your awareness out of your unconscious or your subconscious, where, by the way, they can exert a very detrimental and powerful influence over us, especially in times when we need to be quiet, like when we lay down to go to sleep, or when we try to meditate, or when we're with our loved ones. Oftentimes that's when those fears, those disturbing feelings or thoughts start to come up. So, I guess we'll wait for the dog to stop barking. Okay, so yeah, so here we go. Right, so we're gonna breathe first into the belly, then into the chest, and exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. I recommend you do this with pursed lips, in and out, but feel free to experiment. Sometimes I pucker the mouth inhaling and relax the mouth exhaling. Sometimes I keep my lips puckered the whole time. Feel free to go a little slower, keep going on your own. Keep the breath going. Close your eyes now. Breathe at your own pace. Listen to the sound of your breath, the sound of my voice, the sound of the music. Start to drop down into your body. You can breathe faster or slower than me. I'll throw in the sound of active breathing every minute or so just to get you back on track, to get you to commit a little bit more. Belly, heart space, exhale. Belly, heart space, exhale. Good. You may find yourself starting to get drowsy, to feel really tired, starting to doze off. All that's okay. Try your best to bring yourself back to the breath. 5% more breath, 5% more energy into the breathing. Let's make a little more noise. If you're not committing to that breathing process fully yet, the noise can really help. So let the breath make noise in and let yourself audibly exhale out. Try this. Cough if you need to. Everyone coughs. Human beings cough. It's okay. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Really embrace and feel that dizziness in the head, that spinning in the head, that dizziness and spinning in the face, that dizziness and spinning in the breath, in the body, in the chest, in the belly. Feel all those sensations, that ride that you're on, that ride that your body is taking right now, all the movement and sensation that's happening in your belly and your heart and your face, your hands, your feet. Feel all that movement throughout the body right now. Stay with the breath. Feel the breath, feel the exhale creating a vibration in your head. Good. Hopefully you're more open now, more committed now. Hear the sounds around you, outside. You may start to hear things, you may start to hear directions. You may start to feel or hear messages. Keep breathing, stay with the breath. What is it that you're feeling? What is it that you're hearing right now? What is it that you're hearing and feeling? Where are you hearing it and feeling it in your body? Is it in your heart space? Is it in your throat? Is it behind your eyes? Is it in your head? Is it in your hands and arms? Is it in your whole body? Where are you feeling it? Unite your awareness and all of your feeling with what you're hearing, with what you're receiving. Where are you hearing and receiving it? Where are you feeling it in your body? Stay with it. Give yourself 5-10% more breath. 5-10% more energy, more sound, more feeling, more openness. Keep yourself with the breath. Aware, keep yourself with the feeling. Don't worry about what you look like, who's watching, what you're feeling. Feel what you're feeling in your body. Don't worry about what you're feeling in your body. Don't worry about being self-conscious. Stay with it. Pushing it out strongly. Taking it in strongly. You may want to touch a hand to your heart, a hand to your belly. Maybe you feel like more commitment to the breath. Pull it in. Push it out. More sound. More awareness and connection with what you're feeling. Feel yourself starting to connect with your body, connect with your spirit. Feel yourself starting to be pushed along for the ride. Let yourself go with it. See if you can feel yourself floating, like floating down a river. A strong current, a fast current, faster than you can control. Or feel yourself starting to float. Feel yourself starting to fly. Whatever it is you're experiencing. There's no wrong feeling, no wrong experience. It's all coming from within you. Remember that you're safe, none of it is dangerous. This is your time to connect with whatever it is you're experiencing. Stay with that breath cycle a bit more, a bit longer. Woo! I'm going to let myself come down, and I want you to push yourself through a little bit more. Stay with the breath, stay with the feeling. One more minute. Now let go of the active breath. Stay with all the feelings, all the tingling through the arms and chest, all everything you've lit up, all the vibration happening in your body, everything through your face, everything through your head. You might feel like your whole awareness or your whole spirit is extending out past your physical body into the space around you, maybe out of your house, out of your home, out of your apartment, into the neighborhood around you. Feel your heart starting to really, really vibrate, really open. Start to feel the tenderness within you. It starts to can feel like pain, and that is fine. Start to titrate the breath down, inhaling smoothly through the breath, exhaling smoothly through the breath. Start to feel your heart space relaxing. See if you can sense your heart opening. If not, invite your heart to open. I don't know about you, but I feel really, really, really fucking high right now. I feel like my heart is incredibly warm and growing. See if you can sense that. See if you can feel that tenderness in your heart. Perhaps you want to shed a tear, or maybe you're already crying. Tears are the fluid of the heart. Let your compassion move within you. Continue to take long inhales and long exhales. Feel all the love that you have for yourself. Start to conceptualize or imagine all that love that's within you spreading out to touch and envelop everyone around you. The people down the street working, people down the hall, upstairs, downstairs, people in your family, people at work, strangers, people throughout your town and city, people throughout your state, across the continent. See this bright, beautiful love that you have starting to envelop the globe. And see if you can imagine all the light and all the bright, beautiful love from every other person on the planet. Start to feel all of that light mixing, creating one big, bright, beautiful, glowing sphere of energy that you are supporting and helping to create. Start to feel the bond between yourself and every other person. Start to feel the bond between yourself and every living thing. Now, let your breath go. Allow yourself to breathe in and out naturally, passively through the nose or through the mouth, however you like. Stay with all the feelings that you have. Start to feel your body relaxing. Let everything go. Any tension in your face or your shoulders, back, or hands. Any tension that you feel as you breathe in. Any tension or desire that you feel, like the will or the desire to do something. Or to be something. See if you can feel this incredible self-love creating space in your body, expanding your chest and back, your rib cage, expanding your belly, expanding love, compassion, and healing energy through your pelvis, through your legs, your arms and head. Even loving the guy on the noisy motorcycle outside. And now, You can let go of the feelings. See them in the background, feel them in the background. Take a deep breath. Smell the air, smell the smells in the room. Maybe you have some nice aromatherapy or some food cooking or some incense. Start to hear the sounds in the room. Feel the floor supporting you, holding you up. Feel yourself sinking down to the floor. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin. Now wiggle your fingers a little bit. Start to roll or circumduct your wrists, your elbows. Stretch your hands, your arms, and your shoulders. You can scrunch up your face and relax it. Massage your face if you like. Press the eyes. You can comb your hair with your hands. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and fully come back to the room. Good job. I don't know how long that was, but if you stayed the whole time, or even just for 1 second, you made that much of a commitment to your own spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical health. And you should give yourself a hug for that. So, be really gentle with yourself the next hour or two, the rest of the day, the rest of the year. And yeah, feel free to do some journaling to relax, give yourself some space and downtime. This is a great time to eat a little dark chocolate. I always prefer to do breath work on an empty stomach because I find that my spirit and my consciousness move much more strongly when I don't have any food. The food tends to ground me. So if you want to get grounded, now is a good time to eat. Dark chocolate makes you more psychic and more aware. And all other foods, especially the heavier ones like roots and grains, meat, they're very, very sinking, very grounding. So those are good for you to have right now. If you have any shaking or you feel a little hypoglycemic or anything of that nature, that's okay, that's normal. Drink plenty of water and get some food. And I hope you got something out of this beautiful story of this person who's on her journey, and also from the experience that you gave yourself today. I love you all.